sitting right in front of me. It's an honor.
Wow.
It's an honor. It's been a few years that I wanted to have this opportunity to sit and just talk the hip hop culture with you,
Yes.
pick your brain, and of course, you got great music out. Shouts the Soundman James banging,
Oh, nice.
banging, and you are performing at the Nova tomorrow, and that's one thing when I talk about my top 5 MCs. And first of all, I like MCs, not rappers, and we'll talk about the difference between the MC and the rapper.
Starting right there.
Oh, you're going right in.
Wow.
You're going right in.
Wow.
The live performance aspect,
Yes.
which is lacking in our culture to me today, and it's very important to you.
Yeah.
Where did you learn that from, or who did you watch do that? And it's like, yo, this is how it should be done.
You know, that's a weird question because where I come from, it was almost a prerequisite. Like you had you didn't think about even looking at the microphone unless you first had community respect. You had already did your rhymes in your living room. You got your mom's respect. You got your brother's respect. You went outside, kicked it on the stoop. Right there, you got your immediate crew's respect. You expanded yourself until finally you was at a club, or finally someone met you at a somewhere and offered you a deal somewhere. Today it's just a lot different. Not that it's worse, but it takes a lot away from the performer today when you could just wake up from your bed, go to a computer, and suddenly you're popular. There was no.
You had to put in work, pretty much.
You had to put in work, but in this day and age, you don't really have to put in work. And I see a lot of what I would say rappers. They put out really good music, good songs for today, what people want to listen to today, but they can't make any money touring. Most of the music you hear on pop radio today, and I mean big acts, the top 10, they can't tour. They don't tour. Nobody in Europe wants to hear their music. No one in Africa wants to hear. No one, unless they do, corporate sponsored festivals.
Oh, yeah.
Then of course, but I'm talking about like hard ticket sales. You gotta impress the community you go to, and they pay to see you. Like that. These major acts, today's acts are not even nowhere near that. Everything's corporate sponsored, and that's really it. So it's sort of like the question's weird because in this day and age, you don't need to have skills. You don't really need it. You just
Oh, that's tough to hear. I understand. I know that's what it is, but it's sad that it's come to that. Like,
well, there is a breath of fresh air, and the breath of fresh air is that, again, on the touring market, if you are going to be a rapper or really just a musician, but we're talking about rap here. If you're going to be a rapper that wants to last in this business for more than 10 years or 5 years even, you have to have a good stage show. You have to be able to inspire people with your rhymes. Most people are not doing that. They're writing for radio, for television, for the internet.
That's why radio sounds like one long song.
Is it one complete song?
One song, like, damn, that song's still on? No, it's another song.
But this is what people. It's your question is really a book. Really, when you get into it, it's a little pamphlet.
Yeah.
Because you really don't need the type of skills that we needed in order to be a valuable artist today.
Now, you think the corporation jumping into our culture, it's like, yo, we could make money off of this. That started, taking away having to have a DJ, having to have skills, having to be an artist, and the total package of being an artist.
I don't think it took it away, but I think if you were desperate when the corporations showed up, most likely you would succumb to the situation. The corporations began to show up with hip hop in 1979 when Rapper's Delight came out. That's when right from there, Coca-Cola was looking at the Sugar Hill Gang, right from there, But they also came to Africa Bambaataa as well. And Bam was like, nah, this is hip hop. We keeping it right here. We keeping it like this. You have others, the Cold Crush Brothers, who offered major deals. They even did the movie Wild Style.
Right. Right.
You know, but they didn't like the corporate world. So anyone who offered them more deals, Grandmaster Caz, no, I'm not with that. You know, I don't do that. I keep it hip hop. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But then Curtis Blow, 1981, the first real rapper to sign a major recording deal. Curtis Blow, Mercury Records, 1981. You know, it's like, did the corporations come? Not really. It's who you are. It's what your character is. I've done Sprite commercials. I've done Nike commercials. I've done all kind, but I don't live there.
Right.
You know, that's not. I'm not running back. I'm not asking them next year. Yo, remember me?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we did it. That's it. It's over. You know, hopefully everybody got what they got. But some artists they need the corporate world. That's why I don't want to knock these guys, because I see their style, I see their game. It's just not the game I play.
Right.
You know, but their situation relies on bankers, investors, corporate sponsorships, this kind of thing. And they get millions of dollars doing it. The only problem is, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? The price is your soul.
Right.
That's the price.
Can you wake up in the morning?
Can you wake up? Can you go to sleep?
Yeah.
Either one. Wake up, you know, whatever. Can you walk down the street? You know, do your children respect you?
And will you be around 6 years?
And will you be around 6 to 10 years? I mean, so you got to ask yourself. I mean, some people say, listen, I'm not into all this culture.
Right.
I'm trying to get some money. I spit a nice rhyme. KRS would say nothing wrong with that. You got 3 to 5 years in the industry. That's about all you're gonna get.
I want you to battle them all. That's what I want. Just battle them.
No, I'm in a weird position because no one's interested.
No way. Why?
I opened my mouth. I opened my mouth and said I have a rhyme for every rapper in the top 10, and it's some DVD I did, and that set the trend where, you know, it's sort of like.
But nobody came at you though.
No. No.
Now, would you entertain that?
Of course. I stay hungry. I stay hungry.
Yes.
I stay hungry. But I'm in a different place now.
Right.
You know, and like, okay, so in one breath, let me ease back. I'm not into total humiliation of my younger people.
I understand.
So from an elder statesman point of view, I would back down and say, nah, you know, you go ahead, take that, because when I battle, your career's over. I'm not trying to, you know, battle like, you know, once the words are exchanged, you're done. It's not, you know, these are killer blows.
Now, now throughout the years, have anybody actually stepped to you and you was like, you know what, you might not want to do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nelly. And Nelly was one. We almost got into something real nice.
Almost.
It got real nice. But nah, he didn't. Nelly wasn't a battle rapper, and that's what made us both feel awkward.
He's like, why am I battling Nelly?
Right, and he's like, why am I battling Chris?
Am I stupid?
But it's like it was just a weird thing, and we, you know, let that go by. But yeah, no, it's not. Hip hop is about competition. Exactly. It really is. Exactly. It sharpens the skills. But these days, with all this going on in the world, we need cooperation. So even though my heart is like, let's get in that cipher and see who's real here.
Yeah.
But my mind is a lot more active. So I say, you know, let me back up a little bit. You know, to this day, I'm trying to figure out why I put out Criminal Minded.
Really?
Yeah, when you look, I mean, look at the weird situation I'm in. You're talking to the guy who is credited with the first gangster rap album.
Right.
Guns on the cover, Listen to My Nine.
And that was Nelly's his argument.
That was his argument, no doubt.
He tried to.
No doubt.
Okay.
There's a contradiction there. It's Criminal Minded. And the same guy who does Criminal Minded is the same guy who does You Must Learn. Same guy who does Stop the Violence Movement. Same guy who does all in the same.
But still on Criminal Minded, it was still teaching involved. To me, this is now. Correct me. Was this 86 or 87?
86 South Bronx, 87 Criminal.
Okay, so I was 13.
Yes, sir.
And I listened to. I'm from Philly, but I knew people who was criminal minded, and the P is free, poetry. To me, those weren't, I'm a gangster rapper songs, because you was teaching us. I mean, yeah, it's okay. And then I'm come from the school of Schoolie D too. And I was like,
I was about to say, you are a real hip hop head, in the sense that that's how hip hop has always taken Criminal Minded. There's a group that says this is conscious. This is conscious. Right. I must have called myself the teacher 20 times in Criminal Minded, more times than any other album is on Criminal Minded.
Yeah.
But a large portion of the audience would say, "Nah, listen to my 9, the battle with Shan, the cover of the album itself."
Well, on By Any Means Necessary,
right?
You still, even though it was the Malcolm,
but that was Malcolm. The hood knew.
Well, this was Scott LaRock and KRS.
And to be honest with you, at the time we was trying to do Black Panthers. That was the cover of Criminal Minded. It went totally wrong. It just went somewhere else. But we was trying to give off the Black Panther style. We got these gats out, but we know the law. And so this is why on Criminal Minded I was coming off as a teacher, giving education with the gat out. Nobody saw the education.
Right.
They only saw the gat out.
Now,
and then,
I heard shout outs to just, I want to say rest in peace to Mr. Magic.
Yeah.
Just everybody, just in pioneering radio, when radio was serving the community like it should.
Yes.
WHBI, online everything pops up. So I heard. Matter of fact, it's also on, I think, a deluxe edition of Criminal Minded, when you and Scott LaRock was with Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah.
On, was that BHI, WBHI, or was BAU.
Right.
Now, rest in peace, Scott LaRock. He was like, I got a real estate license. I got this. But if you want to, you going to come see me. Come see me. You was way in the back. Yeah. What was going through your? I just wanted to ask you, what was going through your mind at that time, if you remember?
Oh yeah,
because I think Scott more vocal in the situation.
Well, when we got to BAU, College Station, by the way, Flavor Flav was there too. I met Flav before I met Chuck because of that meeting. But we had just been rejected. Not just, let me say this, because things was moving real fast. Within about a 7-month period, say from the time Scott went to Mr. Magic and said, "Yo, we got this demo, we're called Boogie Down Productions, and we want to be down with the Juice Crew." And we gave him our demo.
You came to him like?
We were supposed to be down. We wanted to be down with Kane and Coogee Rap and Biz, and they were the hottest things out at that time.
Right.
And so we said, "Yo, we want to get down with the Juice Crew." So I had this record. I had the song Criminal Minded, and I had the song Elementary. And that was our 2-song demo we was going to give it. So we gave it to him. Magic said it was whack. And said, "Get out of here. You're whack." So he was like, "What? We're not whack. This dude's whack." So give it 7 months. Everything happened, okay? Battles jump soft. South Bronx is out. Shan answers. Bridges Over comes out.
Career's over, see?
This is it. We're moving forward.
Right
around that time, this is when, it was like for like a 3-week period, it got real serious. Because Marley Marl was not really trying to hear anything that we were saying. He was pissed off.
Well, clearly.
Okay. Shan was trying to keep it in battle mode. MC to MC, and trying to coax Kane and others to be down with this battle with him, okay? But Marley was like, nah, he wanted to take it to the streets. So it was like between Marley and Magic, it got on some street kind of craziness where it was like, me and Just Ice had to like go to Queensbridge one night, from the Bronx, and like, and it's funny because you should let Nas tell the story. It's ridiculous. But, but these guys, Mobb Deep, Nas, and them, they were the up-and-coming MCs in Queensbridge, and they just saw their man get shattered over there by some dude in the Bronx with some name nobody can pronounce. So it was like, when we got there, it was intense. The beef part of it, the street part, was intense. And so Scott was mouthing off, just like, yo, and this and what it was actually, to be honest with you, Scott was sort of being a bully, really, because we had the upper hand. Hip hop had never seen the kind of organization that we came with. Try to remember the time. During this time, we're talking 1985 to 1987. Okay. Mm-hmm. The crack era is just coming into New York around 83, 84. Right. There's another style of dude on the block. Okay. The music industry is late. What the music industry is showing in 85, 86 is sort of Parliament Funkadelic style, punk rock style, right, kind of thing. If you was a rapper, you was a superhero. You was a fantasy image.
Johnson Cruz.
You was right. You was even Fat Boys. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. But you was other than. You wasn't real. When we came out, we represented the real dude on the corner because that's who we was. Right. We couldn't even afford anything else. Run DMC used to come out with the big gold chains, the leather blazers, fresh Adidas. Yeah. We used to look up to them literally, just like, yo, Run DMC. That was it. It was like Run DMC and everybody else. That's it. And then when LL came out, it was over. Yeah. But these were super groups that you never saw in the hood. Mm-hmm. They never battled nowhere. Mm-hmm. They was never, nowhere. They was just the guys. So for us, it was like when we came out, everywhere we went, we had about 100 people with us, literally. Wow. And it wasn't our calling. It was just like, yo, they knew we were gonna be here at the club. 100 dudes from the Bronx show up. Yo, I don't even know you. Like, yo, I'm repping PDP, yo. We be like, damn. So we gotta control these people. Like, they running around doing stupid stuff. Yeah. We're like, yo, y'all gotta come to some sort of we ain't going to jail because of y'all. Right. And that formed the crew right there. And I started teaching these brothers, straight up. You ain't got to take contracts out on people. You ain't got to rob banks. You ain't got to sell drugs. You could do this, and this. Mm-hmm. And that's how it started. It was like, yo, we have another option here. This is all you've been shown. Check this out over here. So I started showing my brothers, yo, you could do this, you could do that. We started Boogie Down Productions. We wasn't normal rappers. We started a production company. And we was like, yo, we're going to put out other rappers. Like, imagine, we're not even out, okay? We're pushing our demo, okay? And we said, well, the way we're going to start is we're going to start as a crew. We're going to start as a group. And everybody from the hood's going to come out. Everybody. And the hood took to that. And when I put out the record South Bronx, that's what the record was really about. Right. It was like putting the Bronx on the map, yo, this is it. So we formed the Boogie Down production crew. So by the time we get to BAU, there's 100 dudes outside that studio. So Scott's feeling himself yeah, whatever. And he's like, so it didn't go nowhere, obviously. Yeah, but that's what it was. That's what it was. The Juice Crew was a music group. Right. They were artists, musicians. We were criminals, straight up, they was into music, they was into all kind of stuff, okay? So it's when the battle came out, it was like, battle? Yo, dude, this is not, listen, me and Shan, from day one, we was boys from day one. It was it was on some MC thing, so I was always in honor of Shan. Every time I start, I say, yo, Shan started my career. Hands down, I say it to this day. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for Shan, there'd be no KRS. Mm-hmm. That's it. When you say KRS, you got to say Shan. Mm-hmm. That's it. That was the way it was from day one. Okay, so me and Shan going back and forth. Me and the whole Juice Crew, Biz, all of them. Kane, I helped Kane move out of his house.
I heard that story. Kane some couch or something.
Some couch, me and Kane, it was some twisted nonsense. But this was the height of the battle. Wow. This is the height of the battle. Me and Kane lifting couches out of his house. He got to move from one place to another and had no one to call. Wow. And I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn at the time near Kane. So he called me up and was like, yo, help me out. So I was like,
all right, for my wife, we're at in Brooklyn because we're at in Brooklyn.
Clarendon and Avenue D.
Clarendon Avenue.
Clarendon Road and Avenue D.
All right, so you hear that?
in